On February 14th, 2020, I was going to spend the day with my girlfriend, getting lunch at some nice restaurant and shopping around. A lot of things had been going poorly at that time, so Valentine's Day was going to be a... On February 14th, 2020, I was empty and directionless. I was not about to spend the night by myself. I had recently picked up Street Fighter V and hit Silver rank, having switched from Ken to Kage. I searched up Street Fighter events. I found an event that was happening that night, and I went. I went 0-2, that is. That night, I suddenly had something to work on in my life, then another, and another, and another. 6 months later, I hit Diamond. 3 years later, I was making grand finals in the same brackets I went 0-2 in. I still had only played in locals and online, not really knowing tournaments even existed in the scene, or that I would even be good enough. The locals inevitably didn't mean much outside of memories. The brackets I was doing so well at were a bunch of players all hanging out to buy their time for Street Fighter 6. I got into the last day of the last beta, saw one thing, and my fate was sealed. I did the usual online grinding and locals, but this time, we were definitely going. 16 pools, several cars, and a total of 192 entrants for Street Fighter 6. The day of the event came.
Zykles representing Ottawa, moving up.
With an epic losers run to Grants, memorable deranged Tiger D tattoos, I felt a true high from competition for the very first time. I needed more. I started streaming, posting Kimtech videos on YouTube, and even coaching. I slowly became the Kimberly guy. I went to Gommel, C&E,
No. He's out there at least. Careful the ball. That's gonna be level 3 after this big no.
I was beating up online tournaments. Evo was catching my eye, but my job wouldn't give me time off. I quit my job and bought plane tickets. I went to ECT. Competed in Arm the Rebels. Made the finals in my World Warrior.
Yo, we're out! We out with the root do.
My locals lost our venue, so I dropped a few hundred on parts, built a bunch of PCs, and absolutely ruined this room in my basement to make sure we could still run weeklies. And now much larger events as well. Street Fighter has taken me from the worst place in my life into having amazing friends, traveling across the world, and running events for dozens and dozens of people. It's transformed me as a person, and I've restructured my entire life trying to make opportunities for myself. If there's any way I could put myself on the map and continue playing the game that has given me so much, I'll audition. I do want to note that I'm representing No Style Esports at present, the owner of which has given me permission to minorly slander. NickSF runs No Style by himself as an overworked, underappreciated TL. I enjoy what No Style stands for with local Ontario tournaments and uplifting each other, but Next Up would be an opportunity that would be amazing to put me on the mark for sponsors which could help me travel and represent Canadian Street Fighter better. Shoutouts to Nick, Diaphone, the Kimberly Discord, and the guys at my locals. Especially Luke, Will, Andy, and Adam, and so many others who got me to where I am. And finally, thank you for the opportunity, Justin. I hope I can be next up. Sheesh.